Hey, King Redbeard here, and I am here to demonstrate a new trick that was just discovered. Ranneko discovered it, but he didn't know the conditions under which could be done. I've figured out what those conditions are, and basically what happens is we can get the ship not to unload its contents. And the conditions for doing that essentially are: you're on the ship is undocked, you visit out of the ship, and the ship remains loaded, as I'm about to demonstrate now, assuming everything doesn't go terribly wrong, because I've already kicked the hornet's nest on this thing. So undock the ship, that's key. That is what makes this happen. Alarm condition is irrelevant. You don't have to have the alarm set off. Nothing has to happen. You just have to be on the ship with the ship undocked. So I'm going to stop remote controlling now. I'm going to visit out. And you can see that the ship remains loaded. Now, me in space, I can interact with all of these guys, because obviously they're still loaded. More on that later. My target down here for this particular mission is this guy. If I was able to propel myself close enough, and I don't know, I'll try. See if I bounce off the ship instead. I do have some sidewinders that can help me out, but obviously I'm limited by the amount of time that you've got on the visitor. So I've used a couple of sidewinders, and I'm close enough to the target now that I can just swap him out into space. And now I actually am on the ship. By the way, it doesn't have to be your target. You can swap with anybody on this ship to get back into the ship. So I'm going to get out of here, and that is it. I will add, though, this kind of demonstrates you can interact with anybody that's loaded on the ship. So we're very familiar with being able to swap to get targets, simply because targets are always loaded. It doesn't seem like the pilot is always loaded. Does this ship even have a pilot? Yes, this ship has a pilot. But more things are loaded if the alarm is off in a reinforcements or a target flees scenario. So sometimes, even if you don't visit out and you're just on your ship, things will remain loaded. Hopefully I'll get to the bottom of exactly the conditions, because I've been able to do it. And I'll put out a new video when I do. But that's it for today. Thanks, Ranneko, and I imagine this is going to really change the way we play things, because Visitor kind of wasn't that great. But now we've got a case where a Visitor and a Swapper together can basically get you through the entire ship without having to set foot on it. So that's it.